Well, hello friends. Welcome into the DreamHack FOMO Raid Train. Here in the Serena Kingdom, we are the caboosey we talked about earlier, and we are closing out the Raid Train with a cosplay panel. We have had so much fun this week. We've had about 17 other streamers be live. Some of them had friends, other content creators with them, just celebrating the FOMO with each other and just having a great weekend, and I think everyone killed their slot. So thank you guys for just hanging out and vibing with us all. Before we get started, I do want to give a huge thank you to my co-hosts, Lady Amalthea and Hey Amethyst May, who did make an appearance at DreamHack this weekend. She's crazy. All of the amazing streamers who joined the raid train and everyone who supported us along the way. Special shout outs to our mods. I saw a bunch of mods jumping between everyone else's channels, so thank you guys for being a part of this stream as well. Today I'm cosplaying as one of my favorite characters, the lovely Harley Quinn, and I'm hosting today's panel. We've got a mix of advice, cosplay tips, random chaos, and fun get to know the panelists questions planned. We also have a channel point redemption if you'd like to ask the panel a question. We're going to save those for the very end, okay? So if you guys want to, I think I put it for 30 channel points, so anybody can ask a question. Please keep in mind we might be slow responding to chat while everyone's talking, but we really appreciate you guys being here and for all the love and support. To kick things off, we're going to have each guest introduce themselves and share a little bit about how they got into the cosplay world. If you guys see someone in chat that you really want to say hi to or something, please feel free to engage with chat, but just keep it nice and short, okay? I'll go ahead. You guys basically know me. I'll introduce myself real quickly. I am Serena Paris. I've been streaming for about 5 years. I love DreamHack. I love TwitchCon. I love going to conventions, and I have a lot of FOMO, so thank you guys for hanging out with me. I have 4 beautiful kitty cats. I have been cosplaying since I was like 15, 16 years old, and I think I remember wanting to always be a princess when I was a little kid, and that's really what got me into cosplaying. Is I love dressing up and having a fun time. So thank you guys for joining me. Fairy Doom, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Yeah, for those who don't know me, my name's Fairy Doom. I also go by a bunch of other names if you're in here for that. But yes, I have been streaming on and off for, I don't know, I would say it's probably been about 4 years, maybe 5. I took a bit of a break due to having a wonderful little daughter, and I did have a little bit of cancer that I had to fight. I really want to go into that. Anyways, much better now, so I'm thinking about getting back into it. But this is my first cosplay in a really long time. The first one I ever did, I also was a teenager. It was Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter, if y'all are familiar. Not great, but it was good. So I'm really happy to still be doing cosplay on and off here, and I'm happy to be here with everybody.
Yay! Thank you, Fairy. We love Harry Potter. Underneath me, I have the lovely Kissy. And guys, I'm really, really excited. I have cosplayed and hung out with Fairy before, and we've collabed together. I have 2 new friends that we get to meet and talk to tonight. We are talking to Kissy and Colleen, who've never been on this stream, and I really haven't got to know either one of them. So Kissy, feel free to introduce yourself.
Friends, I'm Kissy Sensei. You can call me Kissy or Sensei. It doesn't really matter to me. I have been streaming for, I think this year is my 4-year streaming anniversary. I want to say like in a couple of months. I'm not sure. I have to double check. But I am really big into cosplay. I've been cosplaying for almost 12 years now. I've done a ton of different costumes, attended a ton of different conventions. I attended DreamHack for the first time last year when I got invited as a cosplay content creator, which was super, super fun. They invited me again this year and I wasn't able to come, so this is really fun for me because I have such intense FOMO. I'm seeing all the pictures and I'm like, dang it, I wish I could be there again, but I cannot. But cosplay's a really big part of my life, and I got into cosplay kind of on a whim, honestly. It was just kind of an idea that my brother and I had when 12 years ago. I think I might have been, oh my god, I don't know, in my early 20s. And we just thought it would be fun. We were into Attack on Titan at the time, and we thought, hey, wouldn't it be fun to just kind of dress up as our favorite Attack on Titan characters and go to this local convention? And my brother and I thought it was fun, and I roped my partner into it. We roped our friends into it. And we just said, all right, cool. Bought the outfits off eBay, showed up, had a really great time, and thought, man, I think I want to do this again. And then we just kept doing it over and over again for 12 years.
Can you tell us a little bit about your cosplay? That you're
Oh, sure. Sorry. I'm right. Sorry, I forgot about that. I'm cosplaying. This is my latest costume. I just debuted at PAX East in March. This is BSAA version of Jill Valentine from Resident Evil. She also wore this in the DLC for Lost in Nightmares for Resident Evil 5, I think that was. It's actually a dream costume of mine, and I kind of threw this together from Amazon and pure grit and will a week before PAX. So.
As you should. As you should. Well, thank you, Kissy, for being here. I'm excited to hang out and get to know you a little bit more.
Too.
In our bottom corner, I don't know if it's the left or right for you guys, but we have the lovely Colleen. Colleen, hello, how are you? Feel free to introduce yourself a little bit.
Yeah, hello, I'm Glenn Conan. I am an Icelandic German cosplayer living in Iceland.
Oh, so
I've been cosplaying since 16 years now, and I feel really old. I love going to conventions. I go to a lot of conventions also internationally, so to Germany, Sweden, USA, Netherlands, France, and so on and so on. So I've been around quite well. I just love it so much. I kind of accidentally got into cosplay as well, also more on a whim. I was a super huge fan of Naruto back in the day.
yes.
And there was an event at the other side in Germany, like 6 hours away. I was a 14-year-old little girl, and I begged my mom to take me to this event because there were Naruto cosplayers meeting up. And she's like, what the hell? Why are we going for like 6 hours to the other side of the country so you could meet other Naruto fans? I was like,
Yes!
please.
Yes, that's what we're doing.
Then we also bought a cosplay from eBay. I went there, and everybody was like, oh my god, amazing cosplay. Like, it's so nice to see younger people coming in here as well. I was like, what is cosplay?
What is that?
So, this is also, I got my name from it because I was cosplaying Conan, and I was the smallest one there, so they called me Kleine Conan, which means small Conan.
Oh.
And this is how I got there.
That's cute. I love that. And I know time frames are so different. What time is it for you?
Right now it is 7 p.m.
See, chat, that's why we're doing the DreamHack FOMO Raid Train. Everybody can join at different times, different time zones, and someone was live this weekend. We actually got to meet the voice actor that does Naruto, and that was one of my partner's, like, oh my god moments in cosplay. Just being able to talk to her, get to know her a little bit, and then, like, she did some of the voices, and that's just really cool, like, meeting your own heroes, you know?
That's so nice.
So like I said, we have some questions for you guys. I tried to keep them a little bit sorted so we weren't jumping all over the place. I believe I'm starting with advice. Let me pull them up. If one of my mods wants to put them in chat as well, I think I have them in mod chat as well. And if not, I can just copy and paste pretty too. So we're going to start with advice. We have a few questions for advice. Then we have some tip questions. And then we have some questions that are more personal for y'all. And then more of like random questions. Question number 5. If someone wants to start creating content around cosplay, what's your biggest tip for growing confidence online? So maybe not necessarily just going to conventions, but they do want to start posting and making an audience for themselves. Oh, I don't know. Y'all were both so quick. Well, I'll have Kissy go.
I think, so I guess from my own experience, when I got into content online, I cosplayed for a long time before I even considered making any type of content online. I would have photo shoots and I would like post the pictures to my Instagram, but that was kind of it, and it didn't really go anywhere. TikTok was a huge, like, I got into TikTok on 2019, so maybe about like 3-ish years after I started cosplaying. And right around COVID, which is when everything shut down, is when TikTok started really, really coming up. And cosplay was not super big on TikTok until COVID. And
that's when it blew up.
I got into making. Yeah, that's when it blew up. And I was part of that like first wave or two of people who were like really coming onto the app just for cosplay. And so when I started to make content, I started to pay attention to like what was trending in terms of like not just costumes that people were doing, but like what audios were trending, what kind of things were they doing. You know, back then when I got on, people were doing a lot of like skits, like a lot of mouthing skits, like lip syncing skits. You know, you would take like scenes from I did a lot of My Hero back in the day for TikTok. So like people would take scenes from My Hero and they would just lip sync them, but you would be dressed as one of the characters in the scene and you would be reacting to the other character in the scene. So like I started to pay attention to some of the things that were getting really popular on TikTok and just posting things like that, like still having fun and still doing my own little spins and things that I wanted to do, but paying attention to like trends and stuff. And that's how I ended up building a pretty decent following on TikTok in a really small amount of time. Unfortunately, TikTok's like the only app I've ever had that kind of like success with. Instagram, I don't know what's going on there. They're just doing what they want at this point. But I feel like if you're going to post content on any app, pay attention to the app itself. Every app is different. I'd say like what's popular on Instagram is not popular on TikTok or Facebook or Twitter. Pay attention to like how each app is trending and what is trending on each app and what seems to be working. And I'm not saying you have to copy exactly what somebody else is doing. Put your own spin on it. Be creative. You know, kind of. If you are, for example, I do a lot of gender bending, so I like to cosplay like female versions of like male characters. If that's your jam and you want to do that, but you still want to stick to like a trend that's happening with that character, still do that, still gender bend that character, and then just follow the trend at the same time. So you're still doing what you're comfortable with, but you're also like following a trend at the same time. So that way you are following what's up and up on each app, which gets more eyes on your content and gets more people seeing your content and following your page and sticking around for like any more content that you put afterwards.
That's so important for growth. I think that's icing on the cake advice. Fairy, for you, what do you think?
So being online is a pretty scary place, even more so the conventions, in my opinion. Reason being is people feel more confident to maybe say things to you that they wouldn't if you were in person. So when you're posting online, whatever you post, just be proud of it. And don't let any comments, if you go through them, which I don't really recommend
Fairy,
if you're
stop
new.
calling me out.
Okay. Because they will say things to you that will make you question how proud you are of the content that you put out. So I really highly recommend, if you're starting online, post stuff that you love and don't really worry about the comments, because the people that like that are going to find you.
Fairy.
But if you stop posting it, they're not.
On YouTube, someone just commented to me that I look like a person who eats poop. And I asked them what flavor.
Yeah, and if you want to be funny with it, go for it. But my point is that people are going to say stuff like that. Yeah. Because either one, they want a reaction out of you because they're bored in their life.
And they're mean.
They have something of their own going on. Or maybe they just like being mean. I really don't understand it. Like, I could never take time out of my day to comment something mean or hateful on somebody's platform, something they're proud of. So my brain literally can't comprehend that. But if I try to take a step back and think about it, you know, people are going to say things to you that are untrue, for sure, or mean. So whatever you post, just be proud of it. And seriously, that is it. Because I'm telling you, if you keep posting stuff that you really enjoy, that you like, that you think is good, those are the people that you want to come back. That one random commenter is just a passerby, because maybe your video or your picture got more views this time, so you're attracting, you know, people maybe that you haven't before. So yeah, don't let that stop you. I know it really can hinder people, so try to post what you're proud of. Try to disregard those comments, and if you can't, seriously, just don't look at them, especially if you're just starting out. You don't really need to engage as much as you need to post content. So that's what I will say on that regard.
Yeah. Well, and when I first started, the hate comments really did bother me. And I'm not even gonna lie, like, even now, like, if you say the right thing to me, it is gonna hurt my feelings. But I think everybody has that in them. Like, no matter how tough your skin is, if you say the right thing, you are gonna get under that person's skin. But what I try to remember now is every comment, especially if you're trying to build on social media. Every comment really does push it out to new people. So if someone is being a little bit of a bitch and you can make it funny or silly, I do try to spin it. And then sometimes they keep coming back and they keep commenting back and they'll say things, and I don't know if they know that I'm trying to get them to be more engaging or if they just want to try to prove their point. But I mean, I've watched it happen where we go back and forth a couple times and then that video will shoot 400 views up, you know, and I'm like, hey, you helping me talking shit to me, you know?
They're a fan.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a fan heavy on that. I love my fans.
Yeah, same.
Conan,
No,
what do
I
you...
get it a lot too, being plus size.
Yeah.
Especially when I do cosplays and stuff. There's always some crusty, dusty people in the comments saying something about it, you know? But at the end of the day, it doesn't bother me because I'm the one who had confidence to post a look. I'm the one who took the time to do it. You're just sitting there saying something for I don't even know what.
Well, and it's always the
but
bitch
to
with like a
me-
car profile picture or something.
A car.
Like it's not even you. You don't post anything.
Yeah.
You don't even have the confidence to put yourself out there.
I agree. So yeah, at the end of the day, don't let the comments get to you. And if they do get to you, please just don't read them and just continue to post your content. Don't let them define your journey. Seriously, if you want to do that, just continue to do it. I promise you, you will find better and better people the more you post.
And
the
that's
more
how you
go
build your
out
community.
and talk to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Conan, do you have any extra thoughts on that one?
Who, me? Or
Conan? Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
I'm not really much online. I have an Instagram and a TikTok, but I'm not really much into like online anymore because we don't have that many events in Iceland, and I don't really have much time to like post things and so on. But it's just like with the hate comments, I'll still get them, especially also since I am a trans cosplayer. And it's really funny just sometimes when I get a hate comment and be like, "Ah, you never be a woman." I'm like, "Thank you." It's like this is perfect. Thank you so much for your amazing support. And
But you'll keep
these guys
watching
just
me.
go,
You'll keep seeing my fucking videos and photos. Like if you really have that much of a problem, you can ban block delete somebody. But they won't do that.
Yeah. So it's just sometimes really funny when you get like some comments or like, "Oh, you're such a fucking femboy" or whatever. It's like, oh my god, this is so funny.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
They must have really liked what they saw. It's for them to be that angry.
Right, because they
That's
could have
all
kept
I'm saying.
scrolling realistically, but you actually stayed, watched it to the end, and then opened up the comment box, typed your comment, proofread it, and press post. So, like, baby
Yeah.
girl,
I agree.
just say you're a fan and keep it moving. Like,
Yeah,
Exactly.
I agree.
For me, for confidence, I think it's, even if it's not online or just in real life, stay in your own lane, do what makes you happy. And for, like Kissy said, every social media site is different. I went viral on Facebook about 10 years ago when Facebook actually had like really good reach, but trying to learn the algorithms of each platform you're posting to, does it like more shorts, does it like longer videos, like what does well for you? And I've seen a lot of people get lost in that too. Like sometimes they'll create something and it goes viral and so they keep doing it, but it's not something they love, so then they get burnt out on it. So I feel like you have to remember, post the things that do well, but also make sure it's content that you actually love editing, posting, and getting out there, because editing takes a lot of time too. So if you're putting content out there that you don't love and you're spending all that time editing stuff, that can burn you out too. And I think that something we don't talk about a lot is burnout for cosplay characters or just cosplaying in general, creating content in general. Take time for yourself, and it's okay to take breaks is my biggest advice. Is work hard, edit your content, get it out there, but don't burn yourself out on doing it either. We did get on group hydration earlier, and I'm just now seeing it, so make sure you guys are hydrating too.
Oh, I've been drinking
Yeah.
my bottle, so I don't know if I hit it at the time.
I
but I'm
also see
definitely
Mura also likes to keep us hydrated.
Yes,
I know
thank
Mura.
you. And while we're drinking, friends, in chat, I did see a bunch of follows go through. I don't have my alerts on this page, so thank you guys for following and hanging out with us, and I hope you guys are enjoying the panel and maybe learning something. I, for sure, have learned a couple things myself. And thank you guys again for being here. This has been fun. Okay, So, question number 6, and this is one of the last tip ones. What's one piece of advice you think every new cosplayer needs to hear before they do start? Conan, you were first.
No, go do it. It's a really easy, quick one. Just go for it, honestly. Like, just start. That's like my tip.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Just do it, chat. Just do it. I think
Really easy tip.
I think I saw Kissy next.
Honestly, on top of like just do it, do not take yourself that seriously. Like cosplay is a mesh. It's a portmanteau of two words, costuming and play. And honestly, or like role play. When you are costuming, you are not you. You are putting on a costume. You are becoming a different character. You are having fun with it. Like the point of cosplay is to have fun. Like you're not cosplaying to go out there and achieve world peace and change people's minds and perspectives and like, you know, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a good, enjoyable experience. And if you take yourself too seriously and you give yourself harsh like goals to set or harsh restrictions or really high expectations, I promise you you're gonna get disappointed nearly every time because cosplay is just not meant to be taken that seriously. Unless your goal is to be like, I want to make this a living, I want this to be my day-to-day job, I want to make a full salary off of this, then okay, maybe take yourself a little bit more
And that's when it's like
but,
pro level.
right, and nobody comes into cosplaying and is immediately like, I want to make this like a living. Like, no, everybody starts off cosplaying because it's a silly ha-ha hee-hee type of fun thing to do. So don't take yourself seriously. Let it be silly. Have some fun. Take some chances. Wear something silly. Wear something outside of your comfort zone. Pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to, you know, your comfort levels. And push yourself a little bit. Like, because sometimes with cosplay, you have to push yourself out of your comfort zones. But have fun. Enjoy the process. That is the point. If you're miserable the entire time you're cosplaying, I fear you may be doing it wrong.
Amen.
Have some fun and don't take yourself seriously.
God, right there. I think that's the best thing that's been said so far. If you don't feel like you're enjoying yourself, and this goes back to, we talked about like jobs and life in general beforehand. That statement is true for everything. If you are not having fun, if you are not enjoying yourself, you need to be doing something else. And that's great for every piece of advice. There's so many people who get stuck at jobs that they hate because they feel comfortable. But if you hate it, look for a different job. And I know jobs are hard to find right now, but try to find something that makes you happy. And I know we're talking about cosplay, but seriously, that's great advice. Great advice across the board. Kissy, so good. Fairy Doom, do you have any to add on to that, Sweet Peen?
Yeah, so mine would just be to start small.
Oh yes.
Seriously, there are so many different avenues with cosplay. You can start from very beginner and you can get really complex. So my advice would be to tackle a character who's not so involved when you're first starting. Make that your first project. Whether it be starting small to make maybe the weapon or the staff, or just even a custom shirt. If you start small, you won't get overwhelmed and then maybe discontinue and not do the cosplay anymore. So my first advice would really just to be start small and really enjoy the process as well. Like they were saying, have fun with it.
You don't have to have the props. You don't have to have everything perfect.
No, you don't have to. Yeah, start small. Don't get overwhelmed. You can always get better next time. So just start, have fun, and start small. Like don't have big expectations for yourself.
I think the only advice that, y'all knocked it out of the park with all of that advice. I think the only thing I would add on top of that is really if you have been a cosplayer for over probably 15 years or so, you are OG in the cosplay world. I know it's been around for longer than that, but hasn't been a lot of tips and tricks before that. You did a lot of it yourself. You put in the time, the effort to learn. And even now there is still cosplayers who don't really utilize the things that we do have. I would say utilize everything that's out there. There's so many things on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. If you have a question, type it into YouTube, and there is a cosplayer who's making that sword, making those shoes, making that wig. I hate doing that because I feel like I'm super overwhelmed, but some of them really step by step by step teach you how to do stuff. And if it's there, use it as a tool, utilize it, and you can learn how to make things, sew things, make yourself a better cosplayer. I get shit on a lot. A lot of people have told me I'm not a real cosplayer because I buy a lot of my cosplays because I do not make stuff. There's a lot of people who were like, if you are a cosplayer, you have to make your props, make your outfits. That's fine if you want to be that type of cosplayer. I love seeing people make shit. I'm not that type of person. I don't have the time, the energy, the spoons to do that. I think giving someone advice for someone wanting to jump into cosplay for the first time is utilize those tips. There's so many tips and tricks out there, for reals.
Yeah, to also add to it, it's called cosplay, not cosplay. Make all fucking things yourself.
That part. Heavy on that.
Thank you for saying that, because I think we talked about it earlier. That's one of the things that does get to me is when people say I'm not a real cosplayer because of that. But I've been cosplaying for 10 years. I know that I buy my costumes, but I do spend time doing my hair, my makeup, and I have started trying to make some of my prosthetics. And I'm slowly getting into the world of making things, but I can't stand when people try to divide cosplay. If you are a cosplayer, you're a fucking cosplayer if it is store-bought or 100% made. And that's on period.
100%.
So now these ones are a little bit more about you guys, and we do have about 30 minutes before we open up for chats. So if you guys can answer these a little bit quicker, awesome. If not, we might just skip around on some of these. Totally up to you guys. And again, if y'all don't want to answer them, y'all don't have to. So chat, we are going to meet our panelists a little bit more and dive deep into them. So where am I? What originally inspired you to start cosplaying? And we talked about like how you got into cosplay, but like was there something that specifically inspired you to start cosplaying? Fairy Doom.
Okay, so this one's really fun. I will make it brief. Basically, I had been a fan of Harry Potter for a long time. I read all the books. This was way back in... it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But basically, whenever a Harry Potter movie would come out the theaters and it would be a premiere, I was really into going to those. So me and my friends thought it would be fun to dress up as a character that we really liked. I really just loved Luna Lovegood so much. I loved how quirky she was, and I loved her look as well. The blonde, bright hair, it was almost white, and her glasses and everything. So honestly, that's what really got me into it. And I had so much fun cosplaying as her in the theater with people stopping me and stuff. I thought, I want to do more of it. And honestly, that's where it led me, and now I'm here. So.
I feel like cosplaying is such like a natural high. It gets me high, and I love it. Fairy, if you find a picture, I do want to see you as Luna. If there's one out there,
I will. Yeah, I have one.
Kissy, what kind of inspired you?
So I know earlier I said that Attack on Titan was really big at the time, and we just kind of jumped for it. We thought it would be really fun, like as a group to just kind of put these costumes on. While that is like my first cosplay experience, I think after that was when the inspiration to cosplay really kicked in for me, because I think that was just kind of like a fun little spontaneous moment, and I didn't really think anything was ever going to come of it. I thought I was just going to kind of wear a costume, go home and be like, wow, that was fun, and then move on and just like never do it again. But I think, just like you had said, the high, the adrenaline, that experience ended up being like kind of wild. We ended up attracting a bunch of other Attack on Titan cosplayers. We just kind of amassed them into this big blob. We ended up with like 15 to 20 Attack on Titan cosplayers, all just walking en masse, and we got stopped for I can't even tell
all
you
of
how
the
many times.
Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah, we got stopped for so many pictures, so many videos, people talking to us, asking us about costumes. So for that to be my first cosplay experience ever was just like really adrenaline inducing, and I was just like, oh my god. And I remember coming back home and being like, I can't believe I thought I was never going to do this again, because that was insane. Like,
I gotta do it
that's
again.
what cosplaying is like? Yeah, and so like I kept chasing that high over and over and over again. Like, I think I went to my next convention and debuted like 2 to 3 cosplays that weekend, maybe like 2 months after, like 2 to 3 months after that experience, because I was just like,
I'm
I
ready.
do that again. Like, I can't wait till next year. That's crazy. So I think the excitement and just the whole, like, I love learning new things. So I think the excitement and wanting to learn more and just dive into a world I just like dipped my toe into that first time was truly what inspired me to continue and to like really, really like jump headfirst into cosplay.
To keep going. I love that. If you find any of your Attack on Titan stuff, I want to see it. If you have any OG stuff.
I know, I got you, girl.
I got
just
you.
sent you a Discord DMC.
Oh,
see it.
gosh.
I'm gonna
Okay.
do the same.
Conan, tell us kind of like what inspired you to like really get into it.
So it was like how I said, kind of accidental that I started cosplay, that I was cosplaying before I even knew what cosplay was. And it was just so amazing because I went to this Naruto meetup, all the people dressing up, and just like this feeling of like, oh my god, there's people just as crazy as I am. And they're all so lovely, and they all kind of just like adopted me into these groups, and it was fantastic. And then right after the convention, I already got asked to like do it again with a whole group of like, it was like every member of the Akatsuki's, if you know Naruto.
Yes.
So
Yes!
we had everybody was one of us like in that team, and we just had like this amazing group dynamic, and we did
See,
so many like
I need to
pictures
see that too.
together.
I need to see everything.
Yeah, it was just so
Oh my
cool. And
gosh.
it was just such an amazing feeling, and I always loved dressing up, but like everybody was just so lovely, and that's how I got into it.
Yeah, for me, that's one character I haven't done is I really want to do Naruto. I know Kissy was talking about doing
Oh,
gender bent
yeah.
cosplays earlier, and I'm like, Naruto's on my list. No, I haven't done it yet, but he's on it. I'm coming for you, Naruto. Just so you know, I'm coming for you. For me, like what really inspired me, I kind of feel like the same as Conan. I really didn't know what cosplay was when I started doing it. I thought it was more like just dressing up and being a character, and then you learn that that's exactly what cosplay is, you know. And then I have loved it ever since. And Kissy was like, if you don't like it, then don't do it. And I'm like, I'm like, I don't know how anyone could not love this, but I guess, you know, everybody is different. And if people are more shy or don't want to dress up, and I guess, I mean, my partner is kind of like that in a way. He's like, I don't want people to look at me. I want to be in the shadows while you shine. You walk that stage, you talk on stage, you do whatever you want, but I'm gonna be back here hiding. So I mean, I guess I can understand from a point that some people don't love it, and it's not for people. But I mean, even when I do make Monster do stuff, he still has fun. Like when I make him do Mario and stuff, and when I'm Princess Peach, he has a good time. So I mean, you can still have fun. Yeah, when he is a character, he does get into it.
My partner's the exact same way. He started cosplaying with us. He did like maybe 2 or 3 costumes with us, and then he started to realize that he just wasn't really comfortable with being noticed and like being perceived. And so then after that, he really stuck to like masked costumes so that he wouldn't have to show his real face. And I never really understood it for a little while, but after he kind of broke it down, like, it's not that I don't like the costuming, I just don't like being perceived. Like, I don't like people knowing what my face looks like, so I'm just gonna be like masked costumes. And I was like, that's fine, that's still cosplay.
But that's still such a smart way to like still be a part of your world. You know, maybe like, oh, I don't want my face around, but I can still do it masked, you know. And sometimes it's better that Monster doesn't cosplay because he is like my backpack bitch. You know, he'll hold my backpack, he'll hold my shoes. It's really nice. It's really nice having someone there. And like Conan said earlier, that's a big piece of advice. Like, even if it's not your first cosplay, I will never travel by myself. I will never go to a convention by myself. I've seen too many things go wrong too quickly. And like I said, last year was one of my biggest scares at DreamHack. And there's been times where I'm like, oh, maybe I should attend a convention by myself, and maybe local. I would maybe do something local by myself. But nope, I will never do it. I do not think it is safe for anybody. You know, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, traveling as a woman is scary. Very valid. That is true. Being a woman, it is scary. Yeah. But in general, I mean, I've seen stuff happen to the fellas too. Just having a buddy watching you, super important. Always bring a backpack, bitch. Write that shit down.
On that note, if
bitches.
you and Monstar ever want to dress up and cosplay together, my husband, he goes by Younger Gravy. Anyways, he said that he would be the security guy. He's
Yes.
a 6'4", built
Nice.
guys. So
Yes.
yeah, nobody would mess with y'all.
Yeah,
And
thank
he would
you.
definitely be helpful.
It's so helpful having someone there who's not in cosplay really paying attention and watching. Like if you have an extra
Yeah.
person who can do that, totally recommend it.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
like my big scary dog.
We're no, you're good. The next question was, what was your first cosplay? So we kind of already did that one. So Ika, we're gonna jump
Yeah.
to number 9.
By the way, I sent you pictures of mine as well.
Oh, did y'all? So
Same.
I can't.
Yeah.
If I click Discord, it moves everybody's cameras around. But I will
No.
look. I'm
okay, no
super excited
worries.
to see them all. How do you pick which characters you want to cosplay? Do you guys have a list? Do you just see a character and you're like, I want to be that character? Kissy?
It really, for me, it goes to characters that I have emotional connections with. So I cannot cosplay anybody from an anime or a piece of media that I've never watched, that I don't know anything about. I have friends who pick costumes for characters simply because they like what they look like, they think they're really pretty, and that's fine. I personally can't do that. I feel like I am so much more comfortable in a character that I know and I love and I connect with emotionally. I also feel like it makes, I don't know if everybody does this when they cosplay. I know my brother and I do. It makes the mannerisms make so much more sense when you're the character because you've studied them, you know what they're like, you know how they move, how they talk, how they act, and so it makes interactions so much more enriching for me. But I will admit, sometimes I get I get a little drawn in by a pretty design, and I'm like, ooh, that's really nice. Like, and sometimes they're really dumb and complicated, and I dive in and I don't realize how hard it is until I'm like halfway through making it, and I'm like, oh man,
I fucked
why
myself.
did I do this? Why did I get myself into this? But for me, yeah, it's definitely the connection. I have to be connected to the character. They're not always my favorite characters, but I have to have like some sort of connection to them so that I know that when I'm wearing the costume, if somebody asks me something or if like somebody attempts to make a connection with me based off the character, I'm not just standing there like a deer in the headlights and I have to tell them like, I actually don't really know anything about this character. I just put it on because it was pretty.
No, I feel that. Conan, what
Yeah.
characters? How do you pick your characters you cosplay as?
It's also oftentimes of like characters I find really interesting, but it also doesn't like it's like a different. Sometimes I find them really cool, or sometimes really cute. That's where I mostly go. And I usually also pick characters I know and have consumed the media. I did do characters for friends, for example, before, where I didn't know, and the friend was like, "Hey, I would love to have a cosplay partner. Would you be interested of making this cosplay for me so we can take pictures together?" And I would say yes, and I still try to consume a bit of media before I would do this. But I did like cosplays for friends before where I didn't know the character, for example. And sometimes I also see a design and be like, oh my god, it would be amazing to cosplay. For example, one time I saw Sakura hat from Silent Hill. I
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
oh my god.
Yes.
Loved the design, loved it so much. But before I started the cosplay, I was like, okay, let me play it first. And so I played it first, and then I was like, okay, I definitely want to cosplay it.
Yes. Oh my god. I want to do like a pink pyramid bitch. I think that would be so fun too.
yeah.
Oh my god, like a pretty curly pink pyramid.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I've seen a bunch of people do it, and I'm like, one of these days. But that's also going to be a pricey one to do.
Yeah.
Fairy, what about you? What inspires you to like pick a character?
Mine's kind of in between a little bit. When I say that, I really like wearing stuff that makes me feel empowered, right?
Yes.
So in my day-to-day life, I'm a mom. I don't really do too much, but when I see a character or I consume them through media or whatever, or maybe even say another cosplayer that's walking around with them, it kind of inspires me to look into that character and wear something that makes me feel empowered and strong. So like today, Obviously, I'm wearing Poison Ivy. There's so many different variations of her throughout comics and media. This one just happens to be my favorite, and so I kind of embody that. And it makes me feel strong, and it kind of gives me just a level of confidence where I can do that. So any character that can make me feel that way, I'm immediately drawn to, and can't wait to cosplay them.
And I feel like when you're confident in whatever you're wearing, that helps, especially when you're out at conventions. That helps with photos, that helps with networking, that helps with meeting people, going up to people. If you feel good, you look good, and you're gonna act good, you know? So being confident is so important. Oh God, for me, what inspires me, I think I relate to what all of you cutie patooties said, you know, really knowing a character, wanting to bring it to life, making it my own is so important. But also I'm a broke bitch, so I love walking down aisles at thrift stores and stuff. I really did a sexy Jessica Rabbit last year. I think I debuted her. She was never on my list. You know, she's cute and all, but I just never thought, oh, I love this. I found a Jessica Rabbit for $5. And I was like, okay, this is going in the cart. We're going to do her. Nice. And that's how we bring her to life, you know? So, I mean, I think it just kind of depends, you know, and I saw it. And then sometimes you just know, you see something, you're like, oh, yeah, I can do this. I can bring it to life. And I think that helps. One thing I've always wanted to do, and I think it comes down to money, is I think it'd be really, really cool to have a friend be like, I'm going to pick a cosplay for you. You're going to pick a cosplay for me. And then just see, like, how you bring it together, even if you didn't know what that cosplay was. You know, just to kind of see how you could act and bring it. Yeah. But, like, I do feel like that would be pretty pricey to do. And also you would have to know your friends' sizes and all of that shit too. So great idea. We got to figure out how to execute that one. Okay. So this one is where am I? Get to know you guys more. So for question number 10, how do you deal with online hate, comparison, or pressure in the cosplay community? I know we kind of talked about the hate comments and stuff, but I don't know if you guys deal with comparison or just pressure in general here in the cosplay world. And Conan.
I think the biggest thing is just like, I don't give a flying fuck. If
Love
I can
that.
say it like that.
Yeah, you can say it however you want.
I got so much hate in the past. I got heavily bullied back in school. And at a certain point, it just clicked. I was like, you know what? I don't even care anymore. Like, fuck you guys. Fuck you. I'm just doing what I love. And just a bigger middle finger to everybody else who wants to do harm to me.
And I love that. I feel like at the end of the day, life is so hard and we have so many struggles that if cosplay is what makes you happy, which it's a big thing that makes me happy, I don't know why people fucking shit on it. Fuck them. And I love how you said it, Conan. Eat my fucking ass, bitches. Kissy, what do you think?
I'm gonna quickly go to the bathroom here.
Yeah.
So that's why I was first. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries.
It's hysterical because when I heard the question, like, how do you deal with online hate, comparison, or pressure in the cosplay community? My very first thought was like, I don't.
Yeah.
I just keep it pushing. I have never received a comment or anything that genuinely made me stop and think like, oh, wow, that just made me feel like I suck as a person. No, I think it's hysterical. I think it's one of those things that we were kind of talking about earlier where it's like, you really took the time out of your day to watch my entire, it could be like a TikTok, and some of my TikToks are like 60 seconds to like 10 minutes long. You took the time to watch my entire video from start to finish, and then you opened up the comment box, typed your comment, proofread it, and then pressed post. Like, and baby, that gives me more engagement and that brings more attention to my page. So at the end of the day, who's losing here?
You're doing
It's
me a
not
favor.
me. Yeah, like at the end of the day, you're the one that looks dumb, not me. Like, and just like Fairy said at one point, I had the confidence to get on the internet and post this content. And while I wasn't posting it for you, you were not the intended audience. Somehow it still ended up on your page anyway. And honestly, you build your algorithm brick by brick. So it's kind of funny you ended up here and you want to complain about being here. You walked in the door.
That's weird.
Back out. I don't really care. My parents have always raised me to be like, don't care what anybody thinks of you.
And-
this point.
And you're right. Like,
it's-
people
it's
really
ridiculous.
do build their content on any social media, brick by brick. So if you're seeing hot big booty bitches, that's why you're seeing big booty bitches. Like, I see hot females all the time, and there's a reason I see hot bitches on my TikTok all the time. Yeah, no, well,
Because
I
I
can't.
be liking videos of hot bitches on my TikTok.
Yeah,
all the
like
time.
there's a reason. Or like cats. I like
feel
cats
the calls
too.
coming from like inside the house.
Yeah, and I don't know about, like, I get a lot of hate. I haven't really dealt with comparison. That was more like high school, middle school phases you go through, and you're trying to be better than your friend, or they're trying to be better than you. But really, like, since I've become a young adult, that's something I've really have let go of. If my friends are being mean, or I feel like we are fighting for comparison, I don't want them in my life. And I do have a lot of friends in the cosplay world, or just streaming world in general, and we're going to call each other with our ups and downs. We're going to have each other's backs. We're going to give each other advice or tips. I don't really have anyone in my circle that I'm worried about them comparing me or me being compared to them. You know, like, we're all in this together. We all love what we do, and we're all growing and doing different stuff. But I really haven't dealt with too much comparison in the streaming world. Other than, like, when some of our, like, if I get nominated for an award and one of my other friends gets nominated, like, sometimes it does suck to lose an award, but, like, if it's not me, I want it to be my fucking friend, you know?
No, yeah.
Fairy, I didn't see your hand go up. I don't know if you wanted to add on any of that,
yeah,
or if that
that's
was kind of...
Yeah. I mean, I kind of spoke on it a little bit earlier, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
But basically, you just have to kind of take it with a grain of salt. I've come to the mindset where I don't listen to people's opinions unless they're someone I love. So I wouldn't listen to your comment on the internet because I don't know you. You have no effect on my life. I have no effect on yours, or maybe I did for a little bit.
Yeah,
But I
something.
mean, you know, at the end of the day, I only listen to people who I love and care about, who are there for me. Those are the opinions that really matter. So yeah, just go in with that kind of mindset, and I think it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Yep.
And let the haters hate, baby. Hate is gonna hate, like Taylor Swift says.
Kiss
Yeah.
my ass. It still pays my bills.
Amen. Thank you so much. And this one, if you guys have already answered it, you guys don't have to. But what is a cosplay you've done that you're most proud of, and why? Do you have one cosplay that, like, you did the props, the shoes, everything, or one that just, like, really stuck out to you that you're like, I'm obsessed with this one? Conan?
It's actually the one I was telling earlier, the Sakura hat one from Silent Hill.
Yeah.
I'm really, really proud of this one because I was hand cutting and hand gluing. I cannot even say the number because I want to do a giveaway later to like tell people like to guess.
Okay.
But it was thousands and thousands of petals I had to cut out for 6 months, 5 hours each day.
Oh my
And
god. Insane.
I loved, after like 6 months, I loved it so much. Like, I couldn't see cherry blossoms anymore after that whole thing, but I loved it so much. I felt like a bad bitch. I was also on stilts, and people were like, whoa, when I was walking by,
gosh.
and I loved it so much, how it made me feel. And then I met one of my favorite photographers as well, and we did a whole shooting, and the pictures came out so fantastic. Also, big props to my photographer. You're fucking amazing. Like,
Well,
amazing
now we
bitch,
have
I
to
wanna
see
say.
those. You'll have to send those to us too.
Yes,
Please, I would love to
and
see.
oh my god, I just loved how it made me feel, and I
You did
think this was
stilts?
the best one I did.
That you're
Yeah, I'm a
crazy.
circus performer. I'm a
Oh
circus
my
performer.
god,
so
shut your
my God.
butthole. What the hell?
I'm a stilts walker.
Oh my god, I had no
So-
idea. Wanderlust really fucking gave me a bad bitch chat. GG's in chat to Wonder.
Period.
So, like, I can
that's
show
really
you the
cool.
headpiece. It's right over here. I need to fix it a tiny bit because I traveled internationally with it, so it's a bit cramped up.
Oh my dude, what the fuck? A circus performer? That is dope as hell. What the hell?
I can show you at least the headpiece. I have to fix it a tiny bit, but this is the headpiece.
Shut your mouth.
Stunning.
So it has like the back piece in it and all these flowers, and there's a lot of
Wow.
flowers on it. It's
insane.
fucking fun, like heavy and big.
But you
looks
can
amazing.
tell, like you can tell
Yeah.
that's lots of time, effort. Oh my
Yeah.
god. I'm gonna have.
So,
You're gonna have to
and-
send me those photos.
Yes, and it's just
Yeah.
like so fantastic, and it's such a cute but creepy character.
Mhm.
Like she's terrifying when you play against her, but oh my god, the design!
So cute. Yeah.
So
It's
cute.
so cute, and I'm really proud of that one, and I'm like really happy I did that. And again, the pictures came out just so great, and I loved all of it. But I love all of my cosplays.
Yeah, I mean, as you
Yeah.
should. But there's sometimes someone has one that they're like, oh,
Yeah.
this one was it for
That
me.
one was like my best work.
I just saw
That's the
Kissy
one.
sent me a message. So Kissy was the one that you just sent me, the one that you're most proud of.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That was my first, surprisingly, no, that picture that I sent you was, I think, my third or fourth attempt. But
showing
Edward Elric
a little bit.
from Full Metal Alchemist is my, like, one of my top favorite characters of all time across, like, any animes I've ever watched. And when I decided to cosplay Edward Elric, I wanted to go, like, balls to the wall. Like, I was like,
That's
that
sick
is
as
an auto
fuck.
metal arm. Like, that's a full metal arm. I need to figure out how to make that because I didn't want to buy it. Every time I looked online, I was like, that is crazy expensive. Like, I
Yep.
am not spending thousands of dollars on that. That's nuts. Why? I can do it myself. That version of, like, that arm that you see in that picture, that is my fourth version of that arm. I spent so much time, learned how to use a heat gun, learned how to use a glue gun, learned how to use EVA foam, Warbler, spent countless hours on YouTube, DeviantArt, Reddit. I was going down threads day after day after day. And I just really, I was so proud. It was my first big crafting project ever, like as a cosplayer. Before that, I'd only ever purchased costumes online. This was my first one that, like, I did purchase the coat and the pants, but the tank top I had just kind of like laying around in my house, and the boots too. But the arm and then eventually the spear that's in the picture, that was a, like, fully 6 foot long spear.
That is a big
with
prop.
PVC pipe, woodwork, painting, epoxy clay. Like, it was, the whole thing was a culmination of so many different skills that I learned in a short amount of time and applied over and over again to keep, like, improving it, which is why I said what I said earlier, where I was like, you learn and then you do it again and you improve, and you learn and you do it again, you improve. And I talked to so many other cosplayers that I saw that had really cool versions of the arm and, like, really cool versions of the spear, and I took notes. I, like, followed people. I asked, can you send me things? Can I come into your DMs and, like, ask you questions about this, because I just want to learn. And that costume is, like, culmination of so much time, so much energy, so many skills, skill sets that I had to learn for the very first time. And even though I made tons of mistakes and I wore the costume tons of times and it felt so uncomfortable tons of times, there were so many other times that I put it on where I was really like, bro, I did that.
That's pretty
I'm wearing
sick.
this costume and, like, I did this from head to toe, and it was so.
Did you style the wig yourself?
I did style the wig myself. That was another skill set I had to learn.
I need a Princess Peach wig so fucking bad, and they're so fucking expensive. But that's one thing I'm like, oh man, that's one thing I need to start to do is wigs. But that wig is dope.
It's hard. Thank you. It's honestly, Edward Elric, that's my pride and joy.
Yeah.
I haven't worn him in a little bit because I need to remake the arm again because it's been sitting around for so long. Like, some of the paint's starting to chip off. So I'm like, damn, I gotta remake that
But
bitch
I think
again.
with cosplaying, I'm not a big outfit repeater in my, like, regular outfit stuff. But, like, with cosplays, wear your fucking cosplay till it fucking falls apart. You put the time and effort and money into that. Wear it again. Make it better each time. Every time you do a cosplay, your hair's gonna get a little bit better, your makeup's gonna get a little bit better, your arm, your prop, whatever it is gonna just get a little bit better. Fairy, what is your favorite or your, like, most proudest cosplay that you've done?
I'm kind of torn for a couple of separate reasons. So one, I'm really into makeup. So when it comes to doing the makeup part of a cosplay, I absolutely love it. So oddly enough, Harley Quinn was my favorite makeup that I've ever done.
She's a baddie.
I have a photo of that. I was very proud of it. But as a whole outfit, it would probably be Scarlet Witch. Reason being is I really wanted to do more of the sexy aspect of it, kind of like in the comics. And so I really worked hard. I kind of had to craft it a little bit more than I had with the others that I had done with the leather suit. And so I really had to custom fit it to my body shape a little bit more. And then also that it's not an M, but the M shape that she wears on her head, I really had to cut that out custom as well. And so I was just really proud of how it turned out. And actually, it turned out to be one of my best that I had done online content-wise. So that was.
I
really
remember
cool
I've
for me
seen
as well.
I've seen that one. It's
So
a bad
it's
bitch
just
one.
a good memory for me as well. And then for the makeup aspect, it would probably be Harley Quinn because it's such an involved makeup there.
And I was just, I mean, I did Harley today. I don't know if you guys know. I was just telling, yeah, who would have thought? As I was finishing up, that was one of the things I said is like, her makeup and hair is like so beautiful, but it's like so chaotic that it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, things can be smeared, hair can be a little crazy, and that's why I like doing Harley. Is if you're rushing, it doesn't have to be perfect. For me, the one I'm most, oh God, I don't even know, that I'm most proud of and why. Oh my God, I think this is such a weird answer, but the one that's really coming to me is when I did Gollum. It was Farquaad.
That was so funny though. That was so good.
That one, Kissy said it earlier, like cosplay, you can stay in your bubble, but you can really get out of your comfort zone. And doing Gollum was one of my biggest cursed cosplays that I've done, and I really got out of my comfort zone with that one. I did not want to do it. I think that was a chat redeem or something that I had to do, and I had to do it because I didn't want to do it. But that one, I barely spent any money. I cut pieces of a black wig that I already had, put it on a bald cap. I got a sheet from Goodwill, and that was it. That one was my cheapest cosplay ever, but like bringing the character to life with the bald cap and the hair, and that it did take me about 2 or 3 hours to do, but it looked really good, and it was really fucking scary, and it didn't look like me at all. A lot of times I do characters that are more pretty, princessy, girly pop, and that one was not any of those. And also I think, like Ika said, people like the Lord Farquaad one too. Very silly.
That was so funny.
Yeah, that was good.
This one is a little bit spicy. I want to know if you guys have ever had a cosplay disaster or like a chaotic con moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw Kissy first. So tell us the deets, the tea.
I have had many a disasters in cosplay because, like I said before, I'm very bad at test running things beforehand. However, one of the biggest disasters I ever had was in my Edward Elric costume, unfortunately.
Oh no.
That spear that you saw in that costume, I attempted to make it and bring it to a convention 3 separate times. That one that you see in the picture was the 3rd and final time I brought it and was finally able to put it out into on the floor. The first time I brought it to a convention, I don't know what possessed me to do this, but like the night before we were supposed to like pack the car and get ready to go to the convention, I checked the paint job was fine. I sprayed like a finishing spray on it, left it in my garage, and was just kind of like, you know, cool, I'll pack it up in the morning. In the morning it was fine. I wrapped it in bubble wrap, so just in case, like, would put it in the truck just to make sure it was fine and it wouldn't break, whatever. It stayed in bubble wrap the whole trip. It stayed in bubble wrap that night because I was wearing it the next day. And then the next day, when I went to go unwrap it, it left bubble wrap indentations all across the paint, and I couldn't wear it. So I was like, incredible, that's awesome. The second time, which was only a few months later, I don't know how it happened. I was completely in the costume, ready to go, in the hotel room. It was leaning up against the wall. I picked it up with the automail hand for some odd reason that does not have a lot of very good grip because the fingers are plastic Warbler, so you don't have a lot of dexterity. Picked up the spear, couldn't grip it correctly. It dropped, and the entire head broke clean off.
So sad.
And I was like, awesome. I was like, that's cool. So I left it in the hotel room again. That 3rd and final time in that picture, I had that photo shoot. I had only been on the floor for about 2 hours at that point. Did the photo shoot. It made it through the shoot. It was wonderful. It was great. And then that was at KatsuCon, and in the gazebo area, it's incredibly crowded. I was walking with the spear, and it's a 6-foot long spear, so I kept asking people to step out of the way, please move out of the way, whatever. somebody bumped into me and the spearhead completely snapped off again, and the section towards where my hand was in the middle also snapped in half
Oh my
because
God.
it was two long pieces of a PVC glued together. And at that point, I was so done with the spear. I was like, third time is a charm. No, third time is a disaster.
I'm done.
So I went to a nearby dumpster and I just threw it in there and I said, you know what? It had a good run. It had a good run, and this is a sign from the universe. I'm never making the spear again.
Cosplay might be cursed. Yeah, it did not want to be a spear. But that's the thing with props is props in cosplay, chef kisses, beautiful. But the time and effort and like just trying to take it around a con is so hard sometimes.
It's almost damn near impossible. It's I don't know. Sometimes the universe speaks and you gotta listen.
Well, and then like you said, sometimes people aren't paying attention. And again, there's a lot of stuff going on at cons, so I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But sometimes I feel like people are just walking to run into people too. It's like, give people space. If you see someone coming with wings or stilts or something, step to your left or right. Like, come on now.
Literally.
Like, what the hell? What the heliante? Conan,
Heliante?
tell us some of your tea, your drama.
Oh god. Okay, gladly, not much has happened in the 16 years I've cosplayed, but I had one thing happening to me that was kind of embarrassing. And also, oh my god, like, it should not happen. But I was wearing a wedding gown of Mitsuri from Demon Slayer.
Oh, okay.
And if you know the character,
I do.
she has quite the assets, you know?
Yeah, they're there.
I don't have those assets. So I bought myself a really good replica of some good size D boobies.
Yes.
And it was fantastic. The dress didn't fit me without them, but it fitted perfectly with them. So that was fantastic. I needed a quick break, so I took some stuff off. Of course, I was all hidden away. And then later on, I asked a friend of mine who is a guy friend of mine. He's not much into cosplay. He just was there for the fun of it. And I asked him, like, hey, can you hook this up for me, please? I cannot reach it so far. So he's like, oh, yeah, sure. And he hooked it. But apparently he didn't quite hook it well enough. And while I was outside running and meeting other Demon Slayer cosplays, it unhooked.
Oh my god.
And I did not notice. Because these are not my assets. So I was feeling no temperature change or anything, no wind.
No,
and I was running with one boob out.
Amazing.
Later on, a girl came, she's like,
Tragic.
she's like a woman came, she's like, listen, I don't want to alarm you, but your right titty is out in the open.
It is out.
And I was like looking down, I was like, oh no!
So
I don't
funny.
know how long I was running around with like my tit out, but
Oh my god. I
so
just got
tragic.
embarrassment for you too. My heart.
Same.
That's so funny.
Wait, I love
my
that.
goodness.
Ika, will you clip that for me? I'm gonna put that in the FOMO raid train part. Oh my god.
That's so funny.
But I mean that makes sense. Like if you can't feel it, like how are you gonna know if you're just flopping in the wind, you know?
it felt the same to me.
But see, like that's womanhood right there too. Is I love women and they'll be the first one to be like, hey, you got toilet paper on your shoe or your titties out, you know?
Yep. Come here, girl. Let me tell you something real quick.
Oh my goodness. Fairy, do you have any disaster moments for you specifically?
So nothing too crazy like that, but it is the reason why I carry the heels. Where I was telling you that the plastic that you can kind of insert the bottom of the heel to and it flattens it. So when you're, I don't remember exactly where, but there was a convention in Austin and we had to park really far away. There was a lot of people there. And I had wore my costume there, which was Catwoman.
Love
and
her.
I wanted to wear these black stilettos with it because I was like, ooh, this is gonna look really hot, and it did. But treading across the parking lot was really awful. And there were places where it was just kind of grass, and I think the grass was just wet, so I kept slipping into there. And then by the time I got to the convention hall, there was just grass all over my shoes. And so then as soon as I got there, I didn't have time to enjoy it. I had to go straight and clean them off. So it was just really awkward to like walk in and people like, oh, hey. And like, gotta go. And so I had to take them off and wash them off and clean them and everything, and it took a while. So it just kind of made the start of it not fun, but it wasn't anything too crazy. It was just more of an annoyance. And then I kind of learned, bring different shoes if I'm going to try to cross the parking lot, and if I can't, then I found those heel things. So that's kind of the story with those.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I'm trying to think of anything like a disaster, chaotic con moment. I think for me, I the only thing that's coming to me is when I went to TwitchCon. It was more embarrassing than anything. I was Harley Quinn, and one guy was like, "Oh my god, that's the girl from Fortnite," and I did a lot of Fortnite at that time, so I thought he recognized me for Serena. And not for Harley. And then there was a little bit of a miscommunication there. Is he recognized me as Harley, and I thought he was recognizing me for Serena. And then I was like, that's why you never assume that people know who you are. Like, always introduce yourself. Things like that. But yeah, that was a funny, silly moment. But I don't luckily, I've never taken a lot of props and stuff because I'm scared and I'm very intimidated by it. I think people who bring props are amazing, but luckily I've never done anything like that. We are getting closer to end of time. I'll do a couple of the random questions. Let me see. Because some of these are funny, and I want to get to some of these, and then we'll take any questions from chat if anybody wants to ask. Okay, we're going to jump to 14, Ika. If you had to fight every character you've ever cosplayed as, who is winning? Who is going to be the winner? Conan knows. Conan, tell us. Who's winning?
Not me. Definitely not me. I mean, I cosplay a lot of like bad bitches, and I think they would just like destroy my ass.
Yeah, but if they fought each other, like who would win at the end of the fight?
At the end of it, oh gosh, I think Dr. Robotnik probably most likely, or Homura from Mathematica because she can stop time. But I think these two would have a great show.
I don't know that one. I'll have to look at that one. Kissy, who's winning? Who's beating everybody's ass?
Certainly not I. I think there's some characters I might be able to like mess up because they're normal, like they don't have powers or they don't have weapons or anything. So like, sure, like one of the characters I've cosplayed was Haruka Nanase from Free, and he's literally just a swimmer. That's it. That's all he does. He's a swimmer.
Okay, so you could beat that bitch.
Yeah, I could probably beat him up, but. Edward Elric, I cosplayed Lucina from Fire Emblem. I've done Sombra from Overwatch. Like, those bitches are bad. They are bad. They are not, I am not fighting them. And if I do, I'm not winning. So, but if they fought each other, I think if my characters all fought each other, I think I would probably put my money on like Sombra because she does like the time, the time stopping. She does the teleportation. She's got a gun. Like,
she's ready. She's ready to beat bitches up.
She's going to walk away with it. Yeah.
God, Fairy, who's gonna be bad bitch winner for all the bitches you've cosplayed?
Scarlet Witch.
Oh.
If you know anything about her, you would know why that she would win out of everybody I've ever done.
Yep.
But yeah, she just has just this crazy amount of power that you can't imagine, and they delve a lot more into it if you watch the TV show where it's just all about Wanda.
I haven't watched it.
My heart out for a week.
Yes.
Oh.
So they do delve into more of how powerful she actually is, but also the comics do a great job. So if you're into comics, you read that. But if not, she would wreck everybody.
Yeah.
And we'd all be in our own little bubble too. We'd never know.
We'd never know. How would you know? Yeah. You wouldn't. For me, oh God, like I said, I do a lot of the cute little girly pops for the most part. I think maybe Shigo, probably. Or, I don't know.
Yeah.
Shigo's a good one. She's unhinged.
Yeah, I think she would play dirty too, honestly. Yeah. So probably Shigo for me. And then to end it out before we take chat questions, what is your biggest cosplay hot take, or what's a cosplay opinion that would start chaos in a panel room? I have a hot take. You know what? Actually, I'll start this one. I've let you guys go first. I'll start this one. My biggest cosplay hot take is if you cosplay a character, you don't have to act like them. I have people come up to me
Oh, yeah.
and ask
Yeah.
me to talk like Harley and to do the little put-in voice and stuff like that. And I'll do it for like my own content and stuff. But like if you're gonna come up to me and demand something, I'm not gonna do it. I don't think you have to be doing the voice. You don't even have to act like the character. And there's some people who are like, if you're gonna cosplay, you need to act like that character. And I don't agree with that at all. I think if you want to add to the character and you're able to bring that element and you want to, sure. But it's not something that should be demanded upon you. Fairy, I think
I don't.
oh, go ahead, Kissy.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to press. No, I forgot to press my hand. You pressed it first. Good. I forgot to press it.
No, you're good.
I was gonna say similar to that, kind of a different aspect of that would be making the cosplay more of your own. So not being super accurate with the cosplay. So some are very intricate depending on the anime you watch, or maybe in the comics even, if you're going that kind of route. And I feel like some people get offended if you kind of make it as your own, and maybe you change certain elements because they fit you better, or what have you, different colors. I feel like those can kind of make people feel a certain type of way.
They get
And
mad.
I just don't think it's that. Yeah, I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Especially if you can still tell who the character is that they're cosplaying. There may be a certain reason why they've changed something. Maybe it's important to them or for their comfort. So.
Well, and I think that's the beauty of cosplay. Like, I'm such not a hater when it comes to that. I love when people can make a character and kill it and ace it and be like 100% on that character. But like something gets me when people go out of their way to make it more them or a little bit different, because it's so unique. I'm like, oh, I personally love it, but I've seen people rip other cosplayers together for doing a different color, different wig color, things like that. People will be out here fighting over shit like that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. So my cosplay hot take is that I don't like face tape. I don't like the concept of using face tape.
What it is? Can you explain face tape a little bit more to us?
Sure. So face tape is the way that I've seen it used in the cosplay world is people will take pieces of tape before you put your wig on, but like you'll have a wig cap on. They will take pieces of tape and attach it to like high points of their face, which usually end up being your cheekbones, or like down by your jawline, or your eyes, which always gets a lot of people in trouble. And they will then pull it back so that it is pulled tighter and more angular. And they do this because they want to look more Asian, quote unquote, which is closer to what a lot of the anime characters look like. And they want to slim those sides of their faces to make their proportions look closer to what is essentially art. It is just a drawing. I deeply have an issue with face tape for a multitude of reasons, but it is really popular, especially with some of the bigger cosplayers who do put a lot of their work like on Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. It's crazy when some of them they'll post like get ready with me videos or whatever, and they'll show the entire process of them putting the face tape on. And it's like
I will have to watch some videos because I did not know that about that at all.
I think it's very uncomfy. I don't really enjoy the concept of trying to alter the natural contours and shape of my face to match the exact proportions of a character that is literally drawn with a pencil. Like I have such an issue with it. I think it creates a really huge unrealistic standard for cosplayers who come into the world and think that they have to look exactly proportionately the same as the characters and the way that they're drawn. But it is very popular, and I have no idea why. I really have such
I feel like
I'm
that would
getting
be
heated just thinking about
yeah,
it.
It's popular in the Asian community as well to do that, for it to fit their own beauty standards. I've seen a lot of videos kind of explaining that from women who live over there that do face tape on a daily basis to kind of fit into their beauty standards. So
Wow.
there's probably a little bit of an extra mold in there too.
I feel like that would not be
Yeah, that
comfortable
is unfortunate.
at all. That,
It
It doesn't
sounds
look
uncomfortable.
comfortable when you see it either.
but at that point, it's like maybe do what Kissy's husband does and does like the mask. Like if we're changing our whole whole face. Let's put a mask on, I guess. I don't know.
Might as well.
that
At that point.
But I really like that one. That one was one I didn't know anything about. So thank you for bringing that one up. That's crazy. I mean, people do crazy
You're probably
shit
gonna go down
on
a
everything.
YouTube rabbit hole.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
am.
probably.
Conan, do you have a hot take or like a cosplay
I'm not
opinion?
sure if it's quite like a hot take, but just because like you or I cosplay a certain character doesn't mean I like fully support that character's decisions and actions.
I like it, Picasso.
Good idea.
And
Yeah.
also don't like, for example, we had like a Thanos cosplayer in our group one time, and people came up to him after like the whole like first Adventures Infinity War movie came out, and they were like, "Oh my god, I hate you so much. What have you done? You killed my favorite character."
Yeah.
It's like, yo,
That's
I
weird
didn't
energy.
do that.
like
And
when
also,
people are
like,
putting the character on that person.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not that character, and also they're like, oh, why would you cosplay that character? He killed like these and these people. It's just like, come on, it's just a
Yeah.
character. Come on.
It's not real.
I mean, even when they do it for like the celebrities who play them in movies, like there's people who like get so much hate for playing different
agree.
characters and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's been certain times where I'm like, ugh, I can't stand this person now that they've done this role. So I mean, I get it a little bit, but like going up to someone and being like, I can't believe you did that, it literally is so silly to me.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense.
But
chat.
yeah, like,
Oh, go
like,
ahead.
I don't align with killing people. I've cosplayed a few characters that kill people. I don't align myself with that point
Yeah.
of view.
I mean, yeah, that's
Don't make me like be at fault that I cosplay them.
and
You
that's
should be able to like a character and not represent them in that way. Just
Yeah.
enjoy
Yeah.
the look or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, and we talked about like the Harry Potter stuff earlier, and there's a lot of people who don't like the author, and I totally get it. But I mean, you can't really
Yeah.
take the magical, beautiful world that she created and say fuck that either, you know. So I definitely think there's definitely ways where you can separate a character from a person and don't blame the person cosplaying on what they're doing. That's so silly. Fiction isn't reality, exactly. But we are making it to the end of the panel chat, so there is a panel question for 30 channel points. We'll take a couple questions. We only have one right now. If anyone wants to ask one or two, I'll take two more after Lucifer's question. That way I can let my panelists go. But Lucifer had a question specifically to Conan on how long did it take you to make the group of the flowers on the hat and everything?
Oh, I'm not sure how long the hat specifically took me, and now how long the total of the flowers took me, because the flowers has more, like there's more flowers on the costume than just the hat. In total, it took me over 1,000 hours to
My
make them.
God.
And that's just the flowers, not the rest of the costume.
God,
Time.
that's crazy. While we're waiting to see if anyone wants to ask any questions, I saw y'all sent me a couple pictures. Can I show some of the things you guys have sent me?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine for me as well.
Okay. Kissy sent me one of the Attack on Titan one.
Oh God, that's the one we're starting with.
Yeah, that's the one I have right now.
My beginner one.
My beginner level, my baby level cosplay.
Mine was not great
But
either.
you
so
said
don't worry
you didn't
about
know
it.
all of them, right? Y'all just found each other and y'all just started walking together, right? Or no?
So the ones that we did find were the two blondes that are kneeling. Those were the two first ones we found. Actually, wait, that's literally a lie. Oh my God. The one, oh God, now I have to see the picture. We found, okay, so me and then the bald guy next to me, the guy next to him, and the guy next to him. Those were people I came with. But then everyone else in that picture we met the day of. And funny enough, that person with like the guy that's to the far right with the blonde wig, that's my brother. The woman that's on the lower left, like the lower left one, that is who my brother is currently engaged to.
Oh, shut up. Let's
They
see.
ended up meeting at that convention, and then they've been together ever since, and they got engaged last year.
Romance.
Yeah.
If you're single, go to a convention, but don't be weird, bitches.
You never know, honestly. It's not like he went there thinking he was going to end up meeting the love of his life, and then 11 and a half years later, here we are. He's literally marrying her in like 2 years.
That's beautiful. We love love.
Yeah.
This is Fairy's Luna one. Let me see if that one will pop up. Or
Wait, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see.
You can see how
I love Luna Lovegood.
I'm gonna
throw
see-
it together.
I might switch
I
to
don't
the
know if
other
you can
screen
see
real
it well.
quick. Let me see if I move to just chatting and can pull up my Discord real quick a little bit.
Yeah,
better.
because
That
it's
might be
blurry.
better.
Yes.
And then I can show you
I like how
guys.
Warlock says, "Be weird. You never know. You might find the love of your life. Be weird."
Yes, be
not,
weird.
like, too weird.
Be weird, but not too weird. Exactly.
Yeah, because these
Yeah.
pictures are they're old, so they're not great quality.
But that's the
But,
the process of it. You know, is starting.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We all start
on the
somewhere.
Luna one, that one was an all thrifted outfit because I had no idea
awesome.
what was happening. So
So
you can see
cute.
my
I
friends
love the
next
little
to me
Harry
as well.
Potter. Look at the little Harry Potter.
Oh my god! Wait,
Yeah.
I feel like I had that exact robe at some
So that was
point.
my friend.
The glasses, fairy. Oh my god, the
Yeah.
glasses, so cute.
So I was trying to
Great.
be cool and unique because that's her style. And so
Yeah.
that's what I was going for. Look at these terrible
love-
glasses I made.
Oh my god!
Look at
I
that.
Never
love
done
them.
anything. I did. I had never done any of that.
That's
so-
adorable.
Oh wow, that's taking me back to
Oof.
Harry Potter the Seven. Oh, good lord!
Look at that. That's
I'm
big right there.
really old right now.
I'm telling you.
We have fairy's
Good
makeup is
lord.
Harley. Look at how cute that is.
Wow.
So good.
Yeah, I was very proud of that, and so I did
You
all of
should
that.
be. That's really nice.
It
I
looks
drew
so
that
good.
heart too. Like
Oh my
that
God.
heart was on me.
I
It was
love
my
that.
stamp.
I can't draw hearts, so I'll take a little the little thing you shove in your ear, the little whatever it's called, and I'll do
Yeah,
like a
the
little
Q-tips.
V. Yeah, a Q-tip.
Oh,
I'll do a
that's
little
smart.
V.
Yeah.
That's
That's a
mine
good
right
one.
there. Little V,
It's a
because
smart
I
idea,
can't do a
actually.
heart. That's awesome that you can do a heart. Not me. Could never be me.
Well, I was so proud of it because it was so balanced and even, and I loved just how the fading came out when I did it, and I was
So
really
good.
proud of that.
Oh my god, this picture
really
is so
good.
fucking dope, Conan. Holy butt cheeks. Oh my god.
It deserves
Wait,
it though. Speaking of how
whoa.
much time you spent on it.
Yeah, that's freaking
No, that's
dope.
like literally
Stunning.
insane. Which Silent Hill is that from?
It's Silent Hill: The Short Message.
Oh, I did
It's a
not play
free
that one.
PlayStation game.
I was
It's
gonna
really
say,
short. It's like 3 hours, 4 hours, I would say.
Oh my god, I should play that. I was gonna say
I didn't know
played a
about that
couple of
one.
them. Wow.
It's really well
Great.
unknown, even though it's a free game, but I love
dude,
it.
That's sick, actually.
if that thing
Holy
was
shit,
coming
and the
at you-
stealth is like crazy.
It'd be scary.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
having that thing pop up at
Yeah,
you.
yeah, she chases you, and it's quite nerve-wracking.
What
So,
you doing if that shows up in your bedroom at 3 a.m.? Like,
Crying.
and there's two links I sent you that are like my first cosplay.
Oh, let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna click the links first before I show stream because sometimes
Yeah.
they show random.
good idea.
shit.
Always a good idea.
Oh, that's cute. Cute. Let me see. Let me come back over here, and I might have to do.
It's like a
Google.
really old.
That
This
is
is like
one
the
of my
first
goals
cosplay.
to do a photography or a photo shoot of the cosplay I have that's more of a professional looking one because I don't think I've ever
Ooh.
gotten that. So that's kind of a goal I have.
Doing photos
should,
when
it's
you're in
super fun.
cosplay is like that helps with the confidence too because you're a bad bitch and you're
Yeah.
like yeah. Oh my god, that is so cute.
Oh my goodness.
That's fun.
So
This
good.
is the first cosplay I've ever done.
God.
Wow.
And then the second link is us as a whole group.
I want to do a Naruto cosplay so bad. That's sick. That is so sick, bitch. What the fuck? Oh my god.
That's why I loved it so much.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
You can tell how much time and effort these
Oh,
bitches put
wow.
into that. That's crazy. Look at that.
Wow. Posing and
Yeah.
everything is really cool.
We literally had a person who printed because I was back in 2010, so like smartphones were like not really like a thing there.
Yeah.
And we had a person with a whole folder of poses of fan art and so on. We were recreating.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
awesome.
And that's a good pose of all of you guys. That's crazy.
That's amazing. Oh my god.
But thank you guys so much for hanging out and yapping about cosplay. I know that it means a lot to all of us, and I know we're all at different skill levels and we've all had different journeys, but I really, really appreciate you guys. I didn't see anyone else add a
Amazing.
question. Is there there any parting things that you guys want to leave with chat before we go?
I would say maybe like pose together, show our amazing outfits.
Oh my
I
god.
would love to
do
see
we
our
do we all want to
outfits.
like
Yeah,
let's
Like, I'll
let
like
me-
stand up and just like
let me get my desk
Yeah.
up real quick.
do like a posing. Because
I can't.
we all
I gotta
look
move my
amazing.
camera.
Take out my
Hold on.
freaking plastic gun.
We all look fantastic today, so I thought like we should like show ourselves here for a moment, right?
Oh, Fairy, move your camera up a little bit so we can see your
I gotta
face
move
too.
it more.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
mine
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Hold
yeah.
on. Also,
now
I
it's
moved it
too
up so
high.
you can't see my socks because heck no.
No free feet. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no free feet.
you go.
Hello. One thing I really like about this costume is that it has so many pockets, like 2 pockets, a gun holster. I can attach things here. I have a butt pocket. This.
Oh my god, a
grenade,
butt pocket. That's awesome.
It's a smoke grenade, but it opens up, and I put money in it when I was like at the convention.
Yeah. Dude,
It
having
just has-
pockets
it
and
comes
stuff like
off.
that at cons, chef kisses.
So it like literally and you don't think about it when you're at a convention, but I didn't have to have a bag because I literally could just
Mhm.
carry everything in all my little pockets. and it was
Everything should have
fantastic.
pockets moving forward. Everything.
I agree. I
Um,
agree. Except now I took the grenade off and I don't know how to put it back on.
All right, everyone look
Oh, gosh.
cute. Everyone look cute, and I'm gonna record for like the next 30 seconds. So we don't have to talk, but just do cute poses, okay?
Cute poses.
Yeah.
I have a gun.
Mm, mm.
Not for my face, Jesus Christ. These are good. I love.
Okay, we look cute. Killed it.
Yeah, killed it.
Love all the cosplays. Thank you. And I saw a bunch of you guys in
Thank you,
chat.
everyone.
I really appreciate you guys. We killed it. Hi Ashley. Hi Lucifer. I will
No,
not
I
be
appreciate
cute.
you for inviting us all.
I'll be Charlie's Angels. The gun is part of it. The gun is part of it. You know what I'm saying?
I was really nervous about the gun because I didn't know that PAX had like a super strict weapons policy.
Yep.
And so like it's obviously like super freaking fake. But I walked in and when we were in the Uber, I was looking up the weapons policy and I had no intention of taking the gun out of the thingy. I was just like, I'm just going to leave it there for decoration. I also have like a plastic knife thingy too. And so I was like, okay, like I'll take it out. It'll be totally fine. And then I looked at the weapons policy on the Uber over and I went, oh, are they going to make me throw this stuff out? I
Yeah.
was like, that's crazy. I didn't even check before I got there. Like, and then I just walked right through and nobody stopped me. Nobody said anything to me. So I was like, oh, they
Yes.
must know it's like,
Some places like really hard check. Sometimes they'll do like the little I don't know what they're called.
detectors.
Metal detectors,
Yeah.
but they
They
also
just
like
had me
put
walk
stuff
through a
on
metal
the
detector.
they'll put stuff on the
Same,
props
same.
and stuff.
Yeah.
They'll piece bound
oh,
it.
yes, the
Yeah.
ones with like a little like bright,
The
I've had,
zip
like,
tie.
bright yellow or
Things
yeah,
like
the
that.
zip
There we
ties.
go.
I've had them on my weapons before, so they know that it's not real.
Yeah, and they have
Yeah.
checked it and stuff. And sometimes, like, if you do have a gun, they'll put it on the trigger too. Like, I had a Diva
Yeah.
Nerf gun that shoots Nerfs or whatever, and I wasn't even
Ah.
able to pull the trigger, which is fine. I didn't need to, you know. But I know that they do
Yeah.
stuff like that just to be safe. But thank you so much for joining. I'm going to drop the panel
Thank you so
command
much,
one more
Marcos.
time. Make sure you guys are
Yes,
showing
thank
some
you
love
for having
to
us.
Fairy and Kissy and Conan. And again, we had Rosie Quartz who was going to join earlier, and she was feeling like shit earlier, and she was so apologetic. But if you feel like shit, you feel like shit, and there's, you know, I at least
Yeah.
appreciate being communicative. That's my biggest thing. Let me know what the fuck
Yes.
is going on.
Yeah, no, heavy on that.
But I'll let you cuties go. Thank you guys again for helping me end the DreamHack FOMO raid train. I really appreciate it. Bye, Fairy. Bye, Kissy. Bye, Conan. I'll see you cuties later.
Bye, friends.